I think we're getting to the point where I actually just don't even understand the Premier League. Like, yeah, Maguire should have got sent off. It was definitely a foul. But before that, that Ahmad pen is a pen. If we go 2-0 up there, the game is done. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how that's not a pen. He's tripped him up. He's pushed him in the back. He's grabbed him. How is that not a pen? It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand. Like, and it's Stonewall, and the referee is right there. I honestly, it's shocking refereeing. It's shocking refereeing. In terms of Man United, I think the first half and the second half was like juxtaposition. Like we in the first half, I think we were good. I think I think we were good in the first half. In terms of our attacking play, we just weren't clinical. Like Bruno had a chance. To be fair, I wouldn't say there was that many clear-cut chances, but it was just like, can you do better in those situations? Ahmad had a couple chances. There was a time where Ahmad was going for a goal, bad touch. Like it was kind of just one of those ones. Obviously, in the second half, we got the penalty, but it was slightly against the run of play. Like Cunha just worked something out of nothing. Even the second goal, like it was a good cross from Bruno, but like it was an own goal. Do you get what I'm saying? But even Bournemouth's goal was like something out of nothing. Like the shot, that was probably the first time that one of their midfielders or anyone literally got space on the edge of the box. But I always say against Bournemouth, it's a firefight. Do you know what I'm saying? It's who can score more goals. It's never a defensive masterclass. That's why I was saying what was my scoreline prediction? I said Man United would win 3-2. I knew Bournemouth would score at least 2 goals. So I thought, yeah, Man United would need the third one to win the game. I didn't expect Maguire to get sent off. So yeah, that's that. Um, I think I think in terms of Michael Carrick, I don't really think there's anything he could have really done, to be honest. I mean, the sending off kind of forced him into a couple substitutions. Um, Maybe I would have probably kept Cunha on and taken off Ahmad, but again, that's probably nitpicking. I think today really showed our depth, if I'm being honest, because I think that red card came from the fact that our midfield got leggy and we didn't have anyone we trust to bring in earlier in the match. Like bringing on Ugarte is never a good decision, but we have no other choice. Casemiro was clearly leggy. He was giving the ball away too much at that point. And in those type of games where Casemiro's legs have clearly started to wither, that's when you need to bring on someone to just freshen it up. And we don't have enough quality on the bench to bring on anyone there in that position other than Ugarte. And Ugarte, as you can see when he came on, the guy's just not up to it. He needs to leave. Again with Maguire, I keep saying, yeah, he's performing well, but it's like we need to move on. Like sometimes you just need to know when to move on and upgrade. Maguire should not be United's starting centre back. And the thing is, I don't think I'll be real. The maddest part is first of all, playing Maguire left centre back for a team that wants to achieve greatness is never going to happen. On top of that, Bournemouth literally set up their whole game plan on Maguire. He was literally the press. If you watch that game, yeah, that whole Bournemouth press was set up on Maguire. As soon as Maguire, when Euro had the ball, they weren't really pressing. When when Dalot had the ball, they weren't really pressing. Anyone on that side, even on midfield, they were pressing, but it wasn't like intense pressing. You see, as soon as Maguire touched the ball, they're like wolves because it's instructions. You see it when you press here, you press on triggers. As soon as Maguire got the ball, they're all just flying towards him like bees, like pew, 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 pew. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like we need to upgrade on Maguire. And when I'm seeing our contract extension for Maguire, I'm just thinking, what the hell? Like, obviously, I know we're going to be in more competitions next season. So if we have him as depth, it makes sense. Where it's like, how many times are we going to renew Maguire's contract and say, oh, like it's depth and all, la. At the end of the day, if you have centre backs at your club, you need to be able to rely on them. Look how many centre backs Arsenal have. They've got Nketiah, they've got Calafiori, they've got Mosquera. Every single one of those centre backs will start for United, and we would be able to depend on them. Arsenal can depend on every single one of those players. So why do we have Maguire still in our team? I don't understand. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm not even scapegoating him, by the way. Like at the end of the day, he gave away a red. Like it is what it is. But it's like, bro, like the same thing every year gets said. We need to be able to move on from this. Like, why do we keep renewing the contract when we know we actually know that it's enough now? Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually enough now. And it's like, as well, like, bro, and Boimo, that just wasn't good enough. Like, there's a difference between, like, if obviously, like, For me, Ahmad has to start on that right. So it's a toss up between whether Mbeumo and Sesko start. The performance Mbeumo gave today was just not good enough. But even Sesko, when he came on, to be fair, he was playing with scraps. It was basically 10 men for most of the time he was on the pitch, but he didn't do much when he came on either, if I'm being honest. I don't think he done enough to really lead the line when he came on. But at the end of the day, they're just booing it and they're just booing up the pitch to him. So I can't even lie to you. And yeah, like 2-2 away at Bournemouth is not a bad result, especially the way they've been keeping. They don't concede many goals. I'll be honest. They've not been conceding many goals as of recent, and it's not like we don't struggle against Bournemouth. Bournemouth is one of our bogey teams, so taking a point away from home against them at this stage isn't bad, especially when teams around us keep dropping points. So just to add another point isn't bad. Am I disappointed? Yes, because I would rather 3 points. I want to win every single game. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think this is not one of those ones where I'm angry at anyone. I'm not angry at any player, if I'm being honest. Obviously, that it's jarring that Maguire got a red card and gave away a pen, but I'm not angry. I'm not angry at Carrick for any decisions. I think it's one of them ones where the game happened the way it happened. It was a very even game. I think we got the better in the first half. I think they got the better in the second half. And you just take the point and run. I'll be honest. I think it's just one of those ones. Um, the only thing now is that the only centre backs we have available is Euro and Heaven. And against Leeds, we already know that Heaven got caught out the first time we played against them. So it's like, yeesh. Was it Heaven? Was that Leeds? I think it was Leeds. The Aronson running behind in it. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it looks with Heaven and Euro at the back in the back four. I think that will definitely show us whether they're good enough, I guess. But yeah, I'll be honest. Oh, it's a draw for Man United. Do I think there's a lot of positives to take from that game? I think the one positive I would take from that game is that Bruno and Cunha clearly have an understanding. And I think we can see that Mainu is starting to grow in that midfield role. Like, I'll be honest, I think he was brilliant today. I'll be honest. Breaking up play, um, beating press, keeping it in tight areas, not really giving the ball away, just keeping it ticking. Today, he was actually breaking lines. A couple of people were blaming him, saying, oh, he doesn't break enough lines. He was breaking lines today. And when Casemiro's legs withered, Mainu was still basically running the ground for both of them. Especially when a lot of people, including myself, have said that he's not athletic enough. I think he covered a lot of ground today. So yeah, I'm very impressed with Mainu's performance today. Euro, I still think his passing is not good enough. I ask people all the time, what is Euro's outstanding feature? I don't think he's the quickest. I don't think he's very dominating. I don't think he's very aerial dominant. I don't think his passing's the best. I don't think his long passing's the best. I don't think his short passing's the best. I'll be honest, I don't really see what makes Euro an elite talent or an elite defender. I actually just think that yeah, he's got a good last ditch tackle about him, but other than that, like that's not good enough in my opinion. And I think the reason why people rate Euro so highly is because he's young. But if we're talking about what he provides in terms of his performances, at the end of the day, when you're on the pitch, your age doesn't play games. So yeah, we can talk about potential, but for me personally, I don't, I'm not impressed with him. Like I've seen better defenders than him across the league. I'm not impressed with Euro. I'm not even impressed with his performance today, if I'm being honest. I don't think he done anything mad wrong, but I think there's times on the ball where I'm just thinking, what the hell is that? Like he's not a ball playing defender in my opinion. I'll be honest, or at least he doesn't excel in that scenario. I don't know in it. Maybe I'm being harsh, but that's just what I've seen. Like I think because he plays for United and because he was linked to Real Madrid and because he had a name in football, his name is carrying him right now rather than his performances. Don't get it twisted. I think he's been decent in the last couple games, but there's still certain things I see where I'm thinking, I'm not sure. But yeah. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't know before, at least you know now. AJ knows.